Old National is a great community. It's a thriving commercial district, so we're in the process of redevelopment. And so I'm involved because I'd like to see this community rebuild and revive itself, and that's what economic development is all about. I think it'll be a great benefit to the residents who've been here a long time. To me, redevelopment is like a return on investment. There have been people through the years who fought for Old National, businesses that have stayed, residents that have stayed, champions of Old National that have spent years. So we've had fits and starts, but now we're in a new era.
The Economic Development Department had inadequate facilities for conducting business. But I did find out that the City Council had approved a location for a new Economic Development Office. We finally have a new location that's 3 times the size of our old location, where we can actually conduct business.
Having the office of the Old National District placed on Old National is strong. It sends a powerful message that, we're not just talking about making Old National strong. We're actually putting our money where our mouth is. This is where a lot of influence can happen on this corridor. For you to say it is one thing, but when you put a business here and put staff in it and occupy it and make it a beautiful edifice, you're showing the community as a whole that you're looking to see some change, and you're looking to be a part of the change, and you're looking to make sure change happens, and that you're setting a standard for the change.
I think the biggest benefit of having an economic development office on Old National is that this is the city's primary business corridor. There's tons of traffic, I think more than 60,000 cars a day that go down this particular corridor, and it just shows that we are very serious about attracting development to this area. It gives access to both developers, real estate professionals, residents who have questions and want to provide input. We now have a place where we can come and find out what's going on in the city, a place where there are lots of meetings and activities that are happening, so that there is proof, of movement, of progress, and that's what we want to see as residents.
I'm really excited. I think number one, just for almost business morale, knowing that you guys are closer, knowing that you're more connected to the actual community, right? If we know that you're here and are experiencing Old National District, then there's a little bit more trust built, because we know that you're experiencing the same things that we're experiencing day to day. And 2, just communication and connectivity. So the other location was a little farther out, didn't get to visit, didn't get to come in for as much communication, but having you guys so close to the businesses here, it'll be a lot easier to have meetings, be involved, and see the growth.
The benefit of having the City of South Fulton Economic Development Office on Old National is because Old National is the center, is the vibrant economic engine of the city at this point. So I think to have this agency in our midst, it tells the community, we're invested in you, we're right here, we're convenient, and it lets the economic development know. I think it gives them a better sense of what's going on in the community. I think you're right here in our midst, so you can see and feel and touch what needs to be done, what is being done. So I think just having them here is a great benefit.
I think it's very important that we locate this office here, and I think it's even more important that we change the narrative of what the South Side is and what Old National is.
Old National, when I got here, was a regional impact commercial area. So, but it was regional in scope, but it also served the residential community. We had a really strong residential community. So we had things like a wallpaper store, a pet store, a uniforms place, a florist of our own, a hardware store, music shop. So those things through the years kind of came and went as development happened around us. There were power centers that were built up around the area. So they drew some of the residents away, they drew some of the businesses away. So we've had those fits and starts, and now I think we're in a place where we can regain that momentum and bring some of those things back.
We are a rock's throw from the busiest airport in the world, where $6 billion is being invested with the ATL Next program. This is the largest airport in the world. It is definitely the busiest airport in the world, and at the same time, we need to find a way to leverage that, because that's in our backyard. And here is where it all began, in my opinion, from the history that I have learned over the last 9 years of working on the South Side, that Old National was where it was at. Old National was where your teachers lived, where your airline employees lived. It was where the Longhorn Steakhouse was. It was where Piccadilly still is right now. It was where all of your nice hotels was located.
Old National is the best street in the city, we think, and we know it to be vital to the community, because right now we do have our medical offices, we have our shopping area, so it's really vital to the communities that live here, and we want it to be where they don't have to leave Old National as it was in the past. So we feel that this is the best place and to live, work, and play, and that's why I purchased here, because I know that it is the best place to live in the city of South Fulton. And so we want the residents to know that they can have everything they need and want right here on Old National.
You also want to see more eclectic style restaurants, I believe. More white tablecloth, family-oriented restaurants where you can actually take your entire family, whether they're grandparents to the family, parents to the kids, to the grandkids. You want to take them down and sit down and have a great meal with them.
We want to bring back entertainment here. It would be great if we had a movie theater over here. So that is the goal. If we can strengthen this area, if we can change the narrative here, there isn't anything that we can't do within the city of South Fulton.
I am, in terms of the development that I'd like to see in the city of South Fulton, I'm very excited about all of the small business owners that have had an opportunity to work with the Economic Development Department to get up and running, like Sasha Sweets in the Red Oak area, like Fit Gym in the Old National area. And we're wanting to see some major brands come, like Topgolf, major restaurants, more shopping, just things that we can have access to so that we don't have to leave our community to enjoy some of the recreation and some of the shopping that we're accustomed to.
It's a chance to rebrand, rebuild our identity, and refocus and get the things that we want to see on Old National. And most important to me, I think it's a chance for us to look at how we do redevelopment. The Old National District is going to be key to helping us think a little bit out of the box. It's not one person's job, it's not one agency's job. Let's look at it as a community job. So if we can build everybody together, moving and doing on this one front, where we are working from a shared vision and from a shared strategy, I think we can be powerful.
So what I would say is, let's set our goals high for the citizens to be vigilant, for them to hold their local elected officials accountable, their state elected officials accountable, their federal officials accountable also, and let's not rest and let's not accept less.
Have a high expectation of the community. Have standards and maintain those standards. Make sure those standards are upheld and kept.
I really see how important it is to support other events in the community and support other businesses. Talk about the things that you want to get involved in and then act behind it, because at the end of the day, if people don't show up for it, the businesses and the city is not going to back it, because we want to make sure that we're providing citizens with what they want to see. So you got to show up, have some grace in the beginning, and get involved.